Hey, East Harrison Street community, praying all is well. Hey, we're going to talk today about regroup and be prepared. As I study history, I enjoy history. When it pertains to when I can trace my family tree back. So, as I was studying my family tree and I traced it back to my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, who came over here on the ship called the Loyal Mary. He served under General George Washington in the Revolutionary War. So as I was studying some of that, I came across this little story about George Washington and his ragtag team of militiamen. And the story takes place in the fall of 1777, and they'd just been beaten up. Two big battles, the Battle of Brandywine and the Battle of Germantown. So there's 11,000 men as they're retreating into Valley Forge in Pennsylvania. And it's dark, and it's dreary, and it's cold, and there's so many guys that are dying of starvation and of the cold. Most of them are not battle ready anymore. They couldn't go into battle because of the stress and the malnutrition and the cold. So they had to pull back into Valley Forge. And they built a headquarters there for the winter. And what they did is they regrouped. They all came together and they started preparing for the next battle. So in February of 1778, they started pushing through New Jersey, and they took several battles on from there because the men were prepared because they had regrouped and came together. So as we are going through this time in our nation and across the world, we need to come together and regroup. We need to be prepared. We have a purpose. Just like those men had a purpose, they served that purpose to free this country away from the British. So what is our purpose? Our purpose as Christians is to share the gospel, to spread the good news. But we have to be prepared. We need to be battle ready. For that to happen, we need to have our mind right. So we need to prepare our mind. We need to be prepared. As it says in Psalms 37:5, commit your ways to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will act. So we need to trust that God's going to act. And we need to commit ourselves fully, totally surrendered to God. Get your mind ready. Get your mind ready for battle. We go into this battle every day, folks. It's not against flesh and blood. It's against spiritual principalities. And you better be prepared. If we're not prepared, we're going to get beat down. And we don't want to be beat down, cold, starved. We need to be battle ready. So we need to put on our armor of God. He tells us to put on the belt of truth so we can speak the truth, not water it down, but speak the truth. Then we need to have the breastplate of righteousness on. We take it up, put it on. Take up the shield of faith to protect ourselves from the fiery darts from the enemy. We need to take our sandals, the sandals of peace, put them on. Everywhere we go, we take God with us. We walk with Jesus walks with us. We take His peace to share with others. Then we put on the helmet of salvation to protect our mind that has already been committed to serving God. Take up the sword of the Spirit. The sword of the Spirit. We take the truth, God's word, and be ready and have it in your mind and in your heart to speak at any time. Then most of all, we do it all in prayer. It says to pray in the Spirit, to pray each and every piece on, to pray that Spirit goes ahead of us to prepare our way. But that way we are battle ready to speak, to go, to make disciples of all nations. So our Wednesday's words of wisdom. We need to regroup, come together, encourage each other, and hold each other up. Then we need to be prepared. Get ready for battle. Satan's working really hard out there on us all. So be prepared. Put on your armor, each and every piece, in prayer with the Spirit. Have a good week. We'll see you all on Sunday.